Alright, a wonderful good morning everybody and welcome back to my channel. God Shadow here. We're already up a game. The deck list's exactly the same that we played last week. No, it's not actually. I think I put in, instead of the Pyromancer, I'm actually playing Lightning Skelemental. That's just a gimmick. I just wanted to try it out because so many people are playing it. So what else is there to say? I'm not quite sure. We're just gonna jump in. Oh yeah, so everybody who actually bought a Jigsaw Jailer when you first saw it here on my channel should have made a pretty good deal. I just saw them rising like 500, 600% in the US market, and in Europe they've already like decreased in stock by more than 50% and are also starting to rise. So that has probably been pretty good for you. And for myself as well, of course. So the first win here was against John. I played it last night when I came home after a very long and very exhausting week. But I wasn't able to either record it nor to play more games, so I decided to just go with it the next morning. So we actually need a Scalding Torrent if we ever want to be able to go with a Cryptic, so I'm going to put it on top. A little bit of an awkward hand here. Almost have to wish that our opponent's playing something with creatures. Alright, so that's something with creatures, but I will be a tough ride here against spirits. Being 2 cards down. This is Lord. So of course, what we would want to do is make him commit the more 2-drops and then get them with the Blast Zone. Maul and Haunt. Oh, that's also very bad. That is very bad indeed. So if he's not playing anything, I'm not going to fetch. Could either go with the Blast Zone here. He's probably just gonna activate the Maul and Haunt, which makes Blast Zone really bad. So we could counter this theoretically. Pretty sure they do have a spell queller. So our Snapcaster Mage needs to take care of the Supreme Phantom. If we go, like, let this resolve, give him the Moorland Haunt activation, then during his turn, someone not really getting easier here. We could go Snapcaster Mage, Lightning Bolt, the Drogskull Captain. Could of course also just go after the Deputy of Detention, but I think this is the most threatening right now, and then we're just gonna go with Nimble during their turn, try and block something. Interesting. I guess we can say one. I just don't like if he does have another sorcery speed spell here. Okay. Shit. So what I'm gonna do, he's activating Moorland Haunt. I'm gonna go Snapcaster right now. Bounce the spirit and hope to draw some sort of lightning bolt. No fucking way. Well, now it all comes down to Blast Zone. Busy of remedies, remorseful cleric. Alright, so And that's probably not an option this way or that way. We're going to take a big hit here, and then we somehow need to deal with everything at the same time. Could of course also choose to go with 2 CMC. So 6, we're down to 3. So deputies of detention by themselves aren't very threatening. More threatening is things that are in the air, plus Mool and Haunt. I will always take a hit off of the Mool and Haunt anyway, so I think we want to go with 2 here. Perfect. So let's hope. Well, we can still go with a Thoughtseize, but then we're just dead to. So we have a pretty sweet line here. If he doesn't have a Spellcaller in hand or a. Alright. Now I'll probably need to take down here. No, next turn. Can't do it this turn. Because if I take down and he gets the spirit, kills our Liliana, then we're definitely dead. No. Of course, need to get a creature into our graveyard. Which we didn't. Alright then. Altsy is gonna go. Inquisition's still fine to a certain degree. Don't want to have Lightning Skelemental. Yes. I think we can keep that. Cool. So of course we would love to have the Terminate here, but rather gonna go with the Serum Visions. There's a Flash Spirit, I think. Come on, man. Good cards, but I really need a red source here. But Cosset 2020 shouldn't be out yet. So weird play there. Unless they boarded in Spell Snare. Okay. So if we just want to slow them down here, I think it's still fine to bolt the bird, since nothing else has really come of it. Dispel, Spell Snare, it's a little weird here. Him playing Horizon Canopy here on turn 2, maybe he does not have, well, at least not another green source, I guess. No source at all. And apparently no Path to Exile as well. That's gonna be difficult for you, mate. I'll just throw it on the top. Alright, let's get a red source going here. Nope, had multiple Path to Exiles. So I'm going to use Snapcaster Mage to get back a Serum Visions now. I actually want to get ahead a little bit on just cardstock, since we have so much removal already in hand. Another path? Oh my goodness. And doing it before we Serum Visions. Okay, Jace is good, Grim Lava Mance is very good, so I want to have all of these. Should be running out of Path of Exiles, so that's good at least. So I'm gonna kill that one, play Lava Mancer, play a Jace, and have Terminate up. Let's have a look here. So killing that one as well. Oh. Well. I would say Tchaikovsky. Well, I guess it was a decent hand. A little slow maybe, but yeah. You ain't coming back from that one. I think we can run this back. Still not super happy with Inquisition, but sometimes it's pretty good. Would love to have Pier and Kieran and Laura here. And Kalitas, of course, needs to have its spots first before it becomes a potent threat. Opponent's on a mulligan. And what did he do with the top card? Put a card on top and then fetches. So really curious. So I think we're gonna go with Black Crypt here, since we both have Fail Push and Lightning Bolt. Otherwise, I would have shocked the Watery Grave because I want to keep up the Polluted Delta to enable Fail Push at some point. Thalia would of course be a bummer. Well, Marina is also somewhat of a derp card here for us, because we cannot kill it turn 1. Alright. Have it your way. Liliana's certainly pretty good. Until Marina, I think it's like in fair matchups, it's a super strong card. Super strong. So best case scenario, he's just gonna play. Okay, nothing. So now so on the one hand, I would like to get Snapcaster Mage down here to start beating him a little bit. On the other hand, no, I think this is the best because Fatal Push is gonna have targets down the road. But this way we can combine Lightning Bolt and Logic Knot better. Does he have a counterspell? Oh, another land, okay. Then I'm gonna go with the Jace here. If he doesn't have too much action in hand. Of course. But he also needed it in order to get back into this game. So I guess that's fine. So Liliana takes care of the Thalia and also the Remorseful Choleric. I think I'm actually gonna go after the Cleric first here because we can block the Thalia and he can pump the Cleric in case. Oh, didn't even use it. Interesting. Alright, so now that's all he has. I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. So we're gonna kill that one. Then we're gonna kill this one. No Lyrak by itself can stay. Yep. Alright, that was... Game 1 was a little unlucky, but games 2 and 3 were rather one-sided. I also think we do have a pretty good lineup here against Spirits, especially with Blast Zone in the mix, so that we have actual outs against double Drogskull Captain. By the way, if there's an empty board and he collected companies into Drogskull Captain and Phantasmal Image, cannot copy the Drogskull Captain that's coming into play at the same time as the Phantasmal Image. So if you're ever playing in paper against a Spirits opponent, don't let them fool you there. Either get a judge or tell them that it's wrong. Because I know that happens, and I know people are, if they don't know, you know, some just don't know, some are trying to exploit it. A very mopey hand. Alright, that's very, very, very bad. Taking all Serum Visions here is probably just GG. Opponents. By the way, it's so warm in Germany right now, or in all of Europe. Not my type of temperature. That is weird to me. Why would Kolaghan's command, so this is definitely going to go to the bottom. Why would Kolaghan's command be so important to them? I have no clue. What starts with Swarm Thoughtseize and says Colligan's command? I don't want you here. Let's assume our opponent's not super bad. And there's actually a reason. Like, this could be Legend Control or something, but without an artifact here, it's still somewhat weird. Okay, so we'll just Black-Green Rock. So that's reasonable, I guess. Let's say Meyer here will be somewhat... Sure. So I'm actually thinking about discarding the Cryptic command here. Liliana provides us with a lot of value, even if you can get rid of her. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go against Cryptic here. Then we're gonna bold the Lily. Colligan's commands. And depending on what we draw. If we draw an unnecessary card, which this probably is, then I'm gonna wait one more turn to actually have him use the discard ability here to hopefully get rid of all the cards in his hands. Interesting, interesting, interesting. What would he be hiding? Probably an Assassin's Trophy, right? But if he does have an Assassin's Trophy, how bad is that for us? Abrupt Decay, alright. That's actually bad. Or good that we took it. Great. So the only good thing about the Scavenging Ooze here is there's literally no creature for it to snack. So again, Abrupt Decay, I just think it's a beautiful card. Love it a lot, despite not playing it basically at all. But I think Assassin's Trophy is such a lazy designed card. Just alright, so now we do have a problem here. So Lily will probably survive a turn. Sadly, we cannot activate our creeping torpid yet. Oh, I'm sorry. Of course we can. Don't know why I thought differently. I was thinking about fetching just a red source instead of blue red. Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, let's hope for something good here. Because the ooze is gonna grow. I don't think it's reasonable to so letting Liliana die, what good does that do? So we could really start racing. He's got 7, 8, but that 7. We can race with 6. So I think I'm just gonna let her die here. Oh my goodness. Cannot be real. Yeah, so our opponent ripped insanely here. 3 lands and everything else, just powerful stuff. I'm inclined to go again with Grim Lava Mansa and Fatal Push. Reason being that on the one hand, Grim Lava Mansa is pretty good against Dark Confident and Hex Drinker, and also Scavenging Ooze to a certain degree, but on the other hand, we can also control the graveyard with it, so that's pretty neat. And then 1 Holy Touch should be good. Liliana Lasso will stay in just because Hex Drinker is a pretty good target for her, despite the fact that if it's in the late game, I can just pump it up before we get to do anything. Gonna fetch Shock here for Watery Grave. I guess it's top. And then we can go, if he's just going to play the Hex Trigger here, we can go 7 Visions into Lightning Bolt. we're still gonna do it. Hex Drinker, I'm not sure. So I actually don't care about him taking any of the removal spells here. K command, of course. Well, that's fine. Yeah, if you think that I'm gonna fetch there, you're mistaken. So if he's playing the fetch, I hope that he does not have another land source. And obviously he just doesn't want to run into a nimble here. Okay. Hmm. Actually unsure how to play this here. So Colligan's command can get us back the nimble in combination with the lightning bolt. We just kill Liliana. So I think we need the polluted delta. Alright, so he did have enough lands there. Hmm. Could be playing Kalitas and just bolting the Liliana to 1. That would mean we would lose on the Colligan's commands. Could of course also have just multiple Lilianas here. And I could bet that he's actually sandbagging a Hex Drinker here. Oops, alright. Alright. So let's see. I didn't play the Jace because I didn't want him to, like, if he does have some sort of fail push still in hand, I did not want him to be able to attack with both. So I guess it makes sense to attack with Kalitasya first in order to get 3 life. I can't, well, that is awkward. Oh no, we only have 2 mana left. Alright, that's fine. So yeah, I knew it. Alright, so just an abrupt decay, which is fine because we won't die. This one here. I'm gonna keep the polluted delta in hand just in case. Of course, this back and forth is somewhat better. Well, it favors nobody because nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6. That's good. So Jace will flip. That will activate the revolt on fail push. I don't think I want to pump it here yet. All right. Okay. Why? Actually, would have liked to play it out. Don't know why our opponent was salty there. I'm not yet 100% awake, I have to say. What a hand. I think this we need to... Moto, you are my bane. Blue-white control. I guess playing against blue-white control with kept our first hand, that would have actually been quite alright. Playing Nimble myself, I always play around Nimble in my opponent's deck, which sometimes is a little awkward. I think I actually shouldn't have fetched here, because if he's not gonna go after Blast Zone, what after Steam Vents instead? Well, now it's not a problem anymore. Torpid, you say? A little too late, dear Nimble. I think we're just gonna take the card advantage here. Oh man, I'm still super tired. So our opponent did have at least as many lands in hand as we did. Cycling all his farmlands here. So now during his turn, we're gonna kill this Snapcaster Mage, unless there's coming another one. Oh man. Yeah, I guess we're gonna use the Blast Zone here to get back the card disadvantage that has built up here. Put a card on bottom. We're gonna take the hits because I want to have double logic not up if possible. There's Lightning Skull Mental. Alright. Actually, wait. Let's see what we can force him to do here. We will not have double logic knot if we run into a cryptic command that's super bad, of course. But we also, like, he's not missed land drop and no. Lol. How many irrigated farmlands does that dude have? Teferi is just really bad for us. 5, 6, 7. Interesting. Letting Teferi die in order to get a Jace out. Huh. I know you're in trouble. Put a card on the bottom of my library. So let's see. Either we go with Lightning Skelemental. If he does have a path, then we need to now go with Lightning Bolts. But it probably does have at least one path. At least. I guess. We're just gonna take it slow and steady here. Not yet go with Lightning Skelemental. I think he still hasn't missed a single land drop. Fairy. Alright, so now we know. We're pretty certain that at least one of the cards in his hand is a Path of Exile. So, if we're gonna go... Lightning Skelemental is actually a pretty good foil to the Planeswalkers, because you can basically kill anything at any time. Do we want to have the land though? This is gonna go for a dual land, probably a Steam Vents. He's gonna kill something of our others. So 2, can we protect our Lightning Skelemental? And does that make sense? Probably not. But we're gonna get a 2-for-1 out of it anyway, so I guess it's still alright. Only problem we have here would be in case he rips another Planeswalker off the top. So I'm still gonna fetch here because we're pretty safe the way we're lined up against Field of Ruin. Would love to play the Jace here, but we could very well just be running into another Path of Exile. But what if we did? We still have other Jaces, so... yeah. I expected as much. So our opponent is apparently protecting, or not protecting, just maintaining the Field of Ruin. And now it's becoming... we have 2 more basics in our deck, so not a whole lot. We don't really have great targets for our Snapcaster Mage. But I guess we can just go with the Cryptic Command here, bounce a land of his. And just draw cards. Pretty certain that our opponent's at least gonna use one of the fields here. So I'm not using these generations yet. Okay. Six, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No way! No! Oh my goodness. That is unlucky. Spell Pierce. Lol. Couldn't have dreamed of it. Alright, let's bolt the thing. It's gonna get a draw. Alright. So Snapcaster Mage or Lightning Bolt, yes. Top, top. Still top, top. Kill that one. I think that was a mistake by our opponent. He should have used the Field of Ruin to not let us get the cards on top of our deck. So this doesn't make a difference anymore. So let's see if our Liliana resolves here. I'm always expecting a Force of Negation to come around. So K command and yes, that creature. Thanks. And something that many blue-white players did recently is many of them yeah, I don't mind that. The Attention Sphere. I also don't mind that, to be honest. Yeah, have it. It's fine. Sure. Alright. So we can get Liliana back anytime we want to. Need to be a little careful with our with our time. That's a good pickup. So one Snap, one Jace, and one Nimbles are gone. The good thing is most of the blue-white players. So I wasn't actually finished what I started to say last time. They cut on Cryptic Commands and on Celestial Colonnades. Alright, now we're completely out of basics. But our opponent might as well. So Cryptic Commands, and they're not playing Dovin's Veto anymore due to Force of Negation, which is pretty nice. Because that definitely was a problem before. Also interesting that he's playing Terminus again. What the fuck is that? Commandeer? Oh my goodness. Lots of spice here. Yeah, you did, friend. So our opponent is playing so many lands and apparently not a single Celestial Colonnade. Therefore, I'm definitely going to take out the Terminates, and I'm not sure if I actually want to put in the Fulminator Mages. Lightning Skill Elemental actually seems quite decent here. So I definitely want to have more things on the ground. Flusterstorm is alright, but it's not great because our opponent is playing so many Planeswalkers. So Terminate's gonna go. And I'm thinking about playing Jixla Jailer or Grim Lavamancer, one of the two. And I guess we can still go with Fulminator Mage or Lilianas, just in case he brings in Celestial Persia or something like that. Jixla Jailer is actually quite nice because he's playing at least 2 or 3 Snapcaster Mages. Of course, that is also gonna affect us, but either he paths the Jailer or we're gonna beat him down to a certain degree. But he might also be bringing in Rest in Pieces anyway. Let's first go with Grim Lavamancer, and then for the third game we can decide on whether or not we want to have something additionally. We're gonna keep counting on our opponent to actually ramp us a little. So let's say he's gonna bring on a Teferi here turn 3. I think I want to have the Jace on board. If he bounces the Jace, our Grim Lavamancer can still do the work. If he does neither, okay, he might have been thinking about it there for a brief moment. So if we go Steamens here, and fall him. Do we actually want to do that though? He's probably gonna go after our water grave. We're just gonna keep up and just attack. He was thinking about it there. Then might have been reminded of a nimble. Potentially. I'm just looking for a nimble here. Kind of fine with that, since we have a black crypt still going. Let's see if he does have a commandeer here. Even if he did, probably would have been able to handle that. And since so I think I'm gonna get rid of the blast zone here. Then go with Rise Fall. If we had 2 cards, I might flash back the other one from the graveyard. Unless he has a Force of Negation here. Lord. Well, that is a problem. That is super weird. So he actually had a commandeer in hand, but elected to not do it. Okay. Sure. Yep. Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Not with me. So I think it was a good trade here. Our opponent lost 5 cards that turn, and we essentially only lost 2. Well, 3. I suppose. No way. Motherfucker. What are you gonna do, friend? If we have a bolt, Jace is gonna die anyway due to Oldgrim Lavamancer. Our opponent already has used up so many of his really good cards. Okay, so currently no path to exile. And now I'm thinking to start actually utilizing our Lavamancer here to deal double the damage that it normally does. Why wouldn't he have used it before? That's somewhat weird. So red. Yeah, I guess. So probably bottoming the card, yeah. But he should have a lot of lands still in his deck. I think he's playing 26. Pooh. That is unfortunate. Yeah, I think the best play here is grab a mountain, go Kolaghan's command, return and deal 2 damage. Kill Teferi. Play the Jace. So he must have, I think this is like 80% of his win conditions. Maybe he has another Jace, but probably not a whole lot more. Come on. Just let our Jace live here for this one turn. Also, where are all your lands, friend? 2 cards on the bottom. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. This is just unreal. This is so unreal. Oh my goodness. We're literally just drawing lands here for I don't know how many turns. And our opponent, who's playing 26 lands, is just drawing powerful stuff over and over. Crazy shit. And there's this lesser colonnade. So you had one after all. So Juju Nar said we're not gonna draw a card off of Jace, but I guess we have to do it anyway. Problem is now that he's found his one copy of Celestial Colonnade. I mean, we still have Fulminator Mages in our deck, etc., etc. and we can also protect them. We should actually be drawing way more potent stuff than he did, or he does. Another Narset, great. Oh, you got to be kidding me, man. What the actual fuck is going on here? Dude. Alright, so I guess Thoughtseize is gonna take care of the Narset. Then could be playing the other Jace. He could bounce it with Teferi, of course. But that's probably the least of our problems here. So in my opinion, the rest of our opponent's deck should be like 2 Path to Exile and the rest lands. Yeah, so we bounce that one. Tags with Colonnades, probably us. No, goes after Jace. Alright. So I guess I'm actually inclined to go with Cryptic Command here in order to bounce the Celestial Colonnade, but we wouldn't be drawing a card. And in that manner is probably pretty bad. So we're just going to go with the Lightning Bolt and kill Narset, I guess, so that Jace can draw us to another good card. Last game, like if we lose this, the last game is gonna be really time pressed. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh man. That is insanely unlucky here. Come on, opponent. I don't know. We're gonna go with the Lightning Skelemental here. Sadly, if we hit a Planeswalker, it does not have to discard 2 cards. Definitely a big downside. So our aim is to go Thoughtseize into Lightning Skelemental, take away his interaction. Huh. Since both Mana League and Path to Exile are somewhat a bummer for us, I'm just gonna go with the... Oh shit, yeah, we have to hurry up. He's just gonna use the Mana League, but that's fine. We have Kolaghan's Command to get it back. Okay, Path to Exile I'm actually super fine with. Because now Mana League ain't good. Knew about that one. Lol. What did discard though? Mana League and Opt. So I guess the other 2 cards are just lands. And if not, then we haven't really lost a whole lot. No. So we're ahead by a big margin in lands. Sadly, we don't have anything to recur with our Kolaghan's commands. Crypts. Let's see if it tops or bottoms. Puts a card on top. All right. Only 3 minutes. It's insane. The tension. Man, come on! Ripping all the fucking time. Fuck you. So he's probably just putting a land in his hand here, I would assume. Unless, no, he hasn't played one yet, so. Yeah. Okay, that one's good. This one could be good, or could become good at some point. I actually wanted to draw the card. Okay, interesting. Yes, that's the card that I want here. So let's see if he actually tries to fetch. No, he wants to have that card as well. Got to be kidding me. Oh, this is just insane. Just insane. So let's hope that one card there is not actually a Path to Exile. This is so unfortunate. Alright. I think our opponent's just trying to stall here. So let's have a look real quick if he does have anything in hand. Probably does not. No. Okay, it's fine. Alright. Two minutes. Lol. Just trying to stall here. One, two, three to the four. Snoop Doggy Dogg is gonna knock on your door. Or something like that. One, two, three to the four. You dead. Whew, that was a close one, but we're 4-0 and we're still running, still cruising. And I'm definitely not playing at 100% here. But it's getting better and better. By the way, Lightning Skelemental is not a good card for this deck. Off to the last round here in this league against Lightning Tried Wolf. And we're gonna keep counting on our Jace to do the heavy lifting here. Okay. A somewhat weird keep here by our opponent. Probably not too bad overall against us, but definitely bad against basically any deck in mod. Unless you're just expecting Hogak and the Relic to do a lot of work. I'm actually this fetch was a little too aggressive. I probably should have just gone with an island there. Hopefully our opponent did not find either a power plant. Sure. Hey man, that's like, I can only laugh at this. Now he's gonna get an Eldrazi Temple. Oh, a Blast Zone. Okay. Well, I guess Lightning Skelemental is pretty good here. Yeah, so probably this one, which is a little awkward, of course, but we need the triple blue. So our opponent has to discard 2 cards. Yeah, sure. So these 2 cards still in hand. Go ahead. One, two, three to the 4. Let's see what you still get through the door. Don't you want to crack your stupid relic by now? Land would be good. I think lightning bolt. Can I get rid of the lightning bolt? Yeah, probably can. Dude. Still gonna go here and I mean, he knows that we do have cryptic commands in hand, and for my taste that's fine. We know that 1 card in his hand is still all is dust. Lightning Skelemental, nope, Emergence. Blast Zone. So now we could theoretically get rid of all the stuff in his hand. Yeah, it was about time. And he gets a Meta Reshaper. So I think we're gonna take one hit here by the Meta Reshaper. Just because I want to get the Nimble down. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Walking Ballista. Counter draw. So let's see. If we go in his draw stab, make him discard, kill the Mad Reshaper, and he's actually going to draw something good. Then we only have Nimble to protect ourselves. Maybe that's enough. Mindstone would have been a redraw. Karn the Great Creator. I guess that's going to be a Mugicent Lattice. So we're going to Nimble. Otherwise, we're just going to get locked out. Actually, Nimble Canal 4 is just kill the Karn and then he has a useless Mugicent Lattice in hand. What else could he be getting though? No, he could probably also get like a Wurmcoil Engine or something from the sideboard. And that would just be a real big problem. Yeah, I tapped wrong. I should have not tapped the second black source here. Sure. So if we play Liliana, then we still have that. That's good. I'm gonna take the hit here. I can get the Nimble back. We also have a Cryptic Command. Should be able to raise a 1/1. Yeah, that's potentially lethal. All right. So Lightning Elemental, I guess, is not super bad. One would have to argue. I want to have Kalitas. Probably also want to have Fatal Push instead of Inquisition. Despite the fact that no, Meta Reshaper is a big problem, but our graveyard is gonna get hated. Therefore, Grunlavomancer isn't gonna be great. These have to go, probably this one as well as a one-off. Lightning Elemental I want to keep here, because he does have some clunky draws and we might be able to snatch some things. We need Nimble to race. Yeah. If our opponent doesn't have a slow hand, then I guess the hand is fine. If he does have a fast Tron, then the hand's really bad. We're getting a lot of cryptic commands lately. Okay, don't care about that. No, I do care about it. So let's see. Natural Tron? No. A Mind Stone. So any other land is pretty good. Let's go after the power plant here. Blue source, of course, for the cryptics, black for Kalitas. Anything else goes as well. Sad.
gonna put in the Snapcaster Mage here for two reasons. On the one hand, come on, to of course deal a little bit of incidental damage. That was a land, right? Matter shit. All right. Go on, land. Oh, this got to be unreal. Let's see if he kills our Snapcaster Mage, or if he actually takes the Walking Ballista back to hand. If he misses for one more turn here, that would actually be amazing. Come on, no land. Alright, I can handle that. At least at some point. At this point, it's questionable if we want to go after the mine or actually after Ghost Quarter. I think Ghost Quarter is the better choice here. So I'm gonna play these Jays because next turn we can bounce the Mana Reshaper, get back our Fulminator Mage. Yeah, that was a good thing. Well played. Another land, but another land that we cannot really use. Rise. That one and that one. And I guess our Kolgan's command is just gonna go ahead. Well, actually, that was my mistake. Okay. So easy 5-0. What we should have done here in our turn is use Kolgan's command to kill the Mind Stone and get back at the Snapcaster Mage so that he doesn't even get into the situation where he has 3 mana. We could have also done it by the end of turn there, of course, but so Lightning Skelemental, not really great. Pyromancer, just the better option. Liliana of the Veil, also always good. Yeah, and other than that, just pretty decent league. We didn't play a single unfair deck, and as long as we're playing against fair and non-graveyard synergetic decks, we're mostly pretty well off. So this is not going to be the last video of me during this weekend. I'm going to upload a little more when I'm more awake. But it was a good start. I hope you enjoyed it, despite me being a little silent in between, because I was actually drifting away in my mind. But as I said, I'll be more talkative in my next video. And it's still 5-0, you know, 5-0 is a 5-0. So have a great weekend and see you soon.